Hey y'all. So I was sitting here repotting some plants and it's my day off. And this is so different than what I would have normally done on my day off that I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to talk about burnout. I have been meaning to do a video on burnout. So around last year, um, the end of last year, beginning of this year, y'all, I just truly experienced true burnout. It was it was surprising, I think, because I'm one of those people, the people who, work full time in college, uh, paid my way through, had multiple jobs, all of that. And I think, like a lot of people, at some point, I truly wore it like a badge of honor, like this hustle grind, mentality. And I had done that for so long. But it was something about last year, of course. Last year had 2020 had its own challenges, um, and it was just like probably for a lot of people crazy in all areas of my life. And the pandemic, of course, added to all of it. And I just at the end, I just experienced true burnout. And I guess today reminded me of how far I've come. And I just wanted to share what has kind of worked for me thus far. And if you can get anything out of it, video's worth it. So, like I said, I experienced true burnout. How did I know I was in burnout mode? I didn't even recognize myself anymore. Um, I think I was operating in a very confused state, on a daily. And I don't think when you're in true burnout mode, you can operate in any other way. You're in a fog, you just don't know it, especially if you've been there for a long time. Um, and I actually felt like I regressed emotionally, like some areas in which I hadn't struggled with in a while. I started struggling with it, and now I know it's not regression, it's just touching it. And it's probably touching it at a deeper level because of the stress. But um, I felt helpless in some ways. I felt like I was in a hole. I couldn't dig my way out of expectations of what I needed to do, of list of um, not enough hours in a day. I felt buried. I felt like I was in just a hole. And I'm not trying to be dramatic with it, but I really did. I just felt like, gosh, if I could just like maybe, not for real get in an accident, but just like a little accident where you just like need like a couple of days in the hospital. Seriously, just to get away from expectations without me feeling guilty about it. And so I just really honestly got to a point where something had to change. It wasn't an option anymore. And I was just there. Um, so what did I do? What were the initial, I guess, because a lot of times people, and that's what I think for me, I didn't know practical ways to get out. Like, okay, how do I get out of this hole? How do I breathe? Um, and so that's the part I kind of really want to share is I just had to stop. And when I say stop, I mean I probably came to just like too hard of a stop in some areas, but I no, just stop because I knew that I had been operating like this for from for excuse me a very long time, and I knew that it was probably so deep rooted in my habits that there had to be a deep interruption. So my deep interruption was just a hard stop in a lot of different areas. Um, it was at work, it was at home, it was just taking, time for me no matter what had to be sacrificed for me to do so. I just had to stop. And a lot of times I think that's the thing is we have worn that like a badge of honor. Like it's something to be proud of for us to be walking around in this tired, crazy state because now we're so strong. We're so strong now that we can work these hours and be this super mom and be this super wife and all of this. And I'm my perspective is from a woman. So be this super mom and this super wife and keep it all together and make it look good. And it's like, but you're killing yourself to do so. So and what and I think that's what I realized. And when I stopped, I was able to reflect. Because as much as I wanted to believe that the answers were outside of myself, they were definitely, and it was an internal answer. But because I was going, I couldn't even think. I couldn't quiet my brain. I couldn't become more aware. I couldn't, I mean, I was walking around in fog. You cannot make good decisions. You cannot understand when seasons change, when you need to change, when boundaries need to change, when you're just in go mode. So the first thing when I stopped and was able to reflect and go more introspective, I realized that, hey, a lot of this is self-imposed. And why are you self-imposing it? And it doesn't matter if you go and throw away, because we'll throw away it all to get to the answer. Throw away the job, the marriage, the kids, the life, to try to get to the answer. And it's like, yeah, but a lot of this is, it's really you and self-imposed. So why do you have all these self-obligations? And do you need to obligate yourself to much less? And do you need to, and for me it was, yes, I do. And in order to do that, I need to reevaluate my values. What truly matters at the end of the day? Yes, it is so great if they come home to a dinner every night. That is so awesome. Guess what? When I stop, hard stop there too. And guess what? Everybody is still alive. They are still kicking. No one has died. They are still happy. Macaroni and cheese didn't kill them. Even if it was 3 nights in a row, guess what? Everyone's cool, and guess what? Now mama is actually have some peace as well. And I needed to think, and when I was able to stop, I was like, you know what? A lot of this stuff, they don't even care about. You care about it. And so when I stopped, when I went introspective and said, okay, you're probably, 80% of the problem, I was able to now think about, okay, now, why have you imposed so much on yourself? Is your value kind of tied up into your service to others? Is meeting your expectations at work kind of tied to some expectations that you didn't meet outside of work? Um, are you even like, what the pain points in your marriage, what your husband really cares about? Have you even considered that it's not the same as what you're doing? And so what you're doing is really for you, it's not even for him. It was just so many questions that I had to ask myself. And I'm not saying all of it was yes, and yes, I'm, oh my God, in that area. Some of it was true, some of it wasn't true. But when I was able to stop, go introspective, I was able to realize that the places that I had obligated myself to, my lack of boundaries, why there were a lack of boundaries. Um, are you a people pleaser? Yes. Do you hate to say yet? No. Yes. Are you learning to say yet? No. Yes. See, it's so hard for me to say no. But I'm learning, and I needed to, I guess, get to this point to learn and not just no, but a no, and that's it, and not feel even obligated to give a reason after no. Um, and like I said, it just really made me think about what really matters, because it's an everyday battle. I have one, yeah, one more. It's an everyday battle for me not to go back to habit, because it's only been a couple months, right? And so I always have to, when I feel my insides kind of raving up, because I'm getting anxious about, okay, wait, I have to do this and then I have to do that. When I was able to reestablish the values for myself, right? And say, this really matters, this really does not matter. When I feel myself kind of getting more excited than I feel like I probably want to be, it's probably interrupting my energy a little bit too much. I can always reflect back on those values and say, wait, where does this fall? This fall 1, 2, or 3, right? God, myself, family. Does this fall there? No? Take it down a notch. It's an immediate, like, it's an immediate kind of relief where, hey, at the end of the day, where does this fall? And are you giving this too much energy? And is that going to not leave enough energy for the things that really matter? So, and like I said, y'all, it's an everyday kind of battle. I initially had all kind of stuff planned for today. Um, some things didn't work out the way it was supposed to, and I was like, you know what? I'm not filling that up with anything else. I am going to buy some plants. I'm going to repot some plants. I am going to drink some wine. When I finish, I am going to order some food. Go pick it up. Go pick it up. Eat while I maybe watch a Netflix show, maybe The Flash or something. And I'm gonna take a nap. I've already prepped everybody. Hey, y'all know how y'all left the house? It will be pretty much the same when you get home. This is the day for me. And gosh, it just feels so good. And that's what it feels like, I guess, on the other side. And that's why these days are important for me, I guess, so I am able to reflect and say, okay, are you balanced? Are there some areas that you might have given a little bit too much? Was that temporary? Are you aware of it? And I guess that's what it was. That's what it is for me. It's just kind of turning my awareness to it and keeping my awareness to me, how I'm feeling, my emotional health, my mental health, all of it. And like I said, it's just been so refreshing. It's just been so refreshing to see young ladies do that. To say, you know what? Hey, I know you guys love my talent, but I am a separate entity than my talent, and I have to take care of her first because you are not thinking about her. And I don't think I had done that. Just separating myself from skill sets with, what you do, and not truly like what you are. All these titles that we wear, you have to separate yourself from those titles, so that you're able to be enough for those titles. And that's something that I learned, that I'm very grateful for. And it, I just pray that this helps someone who feels like you are in that black hole of just obligation and responsibilities. Yes, are there some things that you just probably have to do? Yes, 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 right? But kids don't die over chicken nuggets. Like, you know, they're gonna be okay. You know, I had all these. It was funny because before, when I was right up on it and just in burnout stage, I just couldn't see, like, hey, there's other ways of doing things. Order your groceries. Um, Getting someone to clean your house, that's okay. It's not a strike against you. You don't have to try to do it all and be it all. That's not what you were even created to do. You cannot be in a flow like that. You cannot think clearly like that. Um you can't even breathe like that. So I'm just encouraging anyone, if you feel like you are in that place of just complete burnout, like I cannot do it just another second, I would just encourage you, first stop, do some really, really, deep self reflection on not only what you're doing, but why you're doing it, and then what is your why? Like, what is your true motive? Um, and then just become more aware, and I guess live in a more aware state of where you are. Because if it's a habit like it was for me, it's not easy to break, but it's possible. People who know me from years ago, like, you don't even like dirt. What are you doing planting flowers? Well, I like dirt now. Dirt is relaxing. I don't have to think about dirt, and these plants are gonna make my house look prettier. So that's where I am today. It feels good. So happy Friday, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.